Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are my passion for life.
So this week was the big finale of Passions on NBC. I only think it's appropriate for me to take some time now to talk about all the cliffhangers and storyline wrap-ups that happened in the last few weeks' episodes. Let's start off today talking about Chad and Whitney. Now, Chad and Whitney's storyline's been around since the very beginning of Passions. Chad and Whitney's love, it's over. Chad's dead, shot by his father, Alistair, and Whitney has to leave town because she can't take the disaster of Harmony anymore. I am happy, though, that Whitney did admit that she truly loved Chad and forgave him for his betrayal before she left town. That's pretty cool. What I will miss about Whitney, though, is her relationship with Teresa. They've always just been so loyal to each other. Where is Teresa going to go for support and advice now? So now Eve's crushed when she learns about Whitney's departure as well as with the death of her son, Vincent. But wait, Vincent's not really dead. Vincent is still alive and very angry. In fact, after he was dropped off the cliff by Sheridan, he headed straight over to Valerie's house to beat her up. Well, Eve came over to Valerie's house to tell Valerie that Vincent was dead, because Valerie and Vincent were in love. Wait, Valerie is Vincent? Genius. Amazing. Now, we knew that Vincent had to have something going on with him because, Chad was not gay, obviously. Duh. But we had no idea that Valerie and Vincent were the same person. They gave us a few clues, but not a lot. Now, I feel a little vindicated because I was really upset when we learned that Alistair was really behind all of Vincent's little charades. So I feel excited that there was more to the story. And I can't wait to see where they go with this. But I have been having a lot of thoughts about Valerie's past and how she tried to sleep with Fox and how she tried to sleep with Chad, and I think she did sleep with Julian, her father, his father. Wait, didn't Eve walk in on Julian having sex with his son or daughter or whatever? Weird. So now, after a few hours, Sheridan regrets dropping her nephew Vincent off the cliff to get information about Marty. Well, that's not going to matter to Vincent or Eve or pretty much anyone else. Well, except Louise, who promptly forgives her even though he couldn't possibly love someone who would hurt someone else. It doesn't really matter, though, because he doesn't take her Marty BS and he goes and looks for Fancy. Now, I don't really care whether Marty's alive or dead, except for that means I'm going to see a lot more of evil Sheridan. In the meantime, poor Fancy gets implanted with some kind of control device by Alistair. The purpose of this, of course, is to break up Fancy and Louise and, bring Fancy back to her grandpa. Now, Alistair is using Pretty to get this scheme done. Come on, Pretty, wake up. Alistair does not love you. I just can't wait until you and Fancy are friends. I can't really ever figure out whether Alistair really loves Fancy or whether he just wants her dead. I'm not so much worried that she's going to die with this big cliffhanger. I think she'll make it through. She did sign a contract with DirecTV. This, I'm sure, is only the beginning of her trouble with Alistair. Okay, so just a quick word about the Lennox household. So the boys in the basement are back, and they're after Endora. Now, Kay finally tells Miguel that her and Tabitha are witches. Then Miguel promptly runs into the big demon basement to save Endora, and then disappears. This is really fun because, when there's evil around, Kay's powers seem to work pretty well, so I think their little adventure to find Miguel and find Endora is going to be, quite a little hoop. Esme and Fox? Is Fox finally going to get a girl of his own? I'm really enjoying Esme, even though I'm not sure where they're going with all this Vicky stuff, but I'm watching. Now, Fox, you move fast. He's just in love with the snap of a finger. First it was first it was Whitney, then it was Kay, and now it's Esme. I am just crossing my fingers that this time Fox gets a true love of his own. Every Passions character has to have a true love, or will Fox just die? Okay, so I saved my favorite storyline for last. Ethan wakes up from his coma. He knows that he has a son and he is not mad at Teresa. They're finally going to do it. This is a new chapter for them. Teresa can feel it. Enter Gwen and her newborn baby son. Your son, Ethan. Our son, Ethan. Oh my God. I'm so speechless. I don't even know what I think of this. Like, I was kind of excited because I wanted this storyline to be over. I wanted, like, Teresa and Ethan to, like, move on to new things. They've been stuck with this Gwen thing for a while, but Ethan and Gwen have a son. I just can't wait to see where this goes. That alone would have had me on the phone subscribing to DirecTV. That's it, people. Passions on NBC, it's over. It's done. If you want your passions fixed, it's DirecTV now. I'm excited. I think this is going to be really good for passions. Even on the live passion show, if you haven't been watching, it's Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can watch it on the NBC website or on the Channel 101. They've been talking about how the storylines are going to move a little faster and they're going to get new storylines. I think this is going to be the revamp that passions really needed, and I'm excited and can't wait. And I'm kind of upset that I have to wait until the 17th and, don't really know what to do with myself because there's no passions. Well, thanks everybody. That's all I've got for now, and I hope to see you next time on Bailey on Passions.
Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are my passion for life.